Hello everyone, this is Ashish Sani from Innovate Yourself. Welcome back to my channel. Once again, I am back for your Docker container with the Rasa chatbot. So let's continue with the application which we have built in the last session, right? But let me tell you what exactly we are going to learn in today's session. Like in the previous session, you have already seen how you can create a Docker container and how you can further make the modification and how you can further customize your chatbot which you have built inside the Docker container. And there you have seen one thing that I was telling you, one thing that after training the model, everything, or let's say all the files and all the models that you are training are being stored inside a container, right? So these are the things which I was telling you, but we haven't actually checked them, we haven't practically checked them inside the Docker container, right? So in today's session I am actually going to show you that how you can check what are the contents available inside your Docker container and how you can further copy them if in case you want to copy them from the Docker container to the current directory or from your current directory to the Docker container. So let me just tell you how you can do that part, right? So let's get started and let's see how we can do that part. So here you can see this is a project which we have already created in the last session, and this is the current directory where you are having all the stuff, right? And for that, let me just open the terminal so that we can get started, right? Alright, so right now let me show you what are the images that I have already built, right? In here you can see where it is. Yeah, here you can see this is the image which we have created, right? So we are having one command for it so that we can actually check what exactly we are having inside the Docker container, right? So for that, let me just tell you what is that command. So that command is just simply type docker exec, which is the short form for execute, -t-i. So these are the flags which we have to mention in here. And just after that you have to specify a container ID, right? And what is that container ID, right? So here you can see I don't have any container ID here. I only have the image ID, tag, repository, created and size, right? So that is the only thing which I am having right now. But what is that then, right? So now just for the more clarification, let me just try to add any of the Docker image, right? And after that let's see what will be the output. So just copy this and paste it here, and after that you have to write bin/bash and automatically it will take you inside the Docker container, right? So let's press enter. So what happened? It is not taking me inside the Docker container. Instead it is showing me an error, and that error is error no such container. So there is no such container with this because here it expects the container ID, not the image ID, right? So where are we going to get this container ID, right? So for that we are having one command. So that command is docker ps. So can you see in here? Right now you can see you are having a container running, right? So and that container is something else which I am actually not using right now, right? So this is something else. So just forget this part. But here you can see there is one container ID. So the same thing I want it for my repository which I am using, which is rasa/rasa. So I want for that. Then how I'm going to get it, right? So let me just tell you how you will be doing it. So for that I have to run a command so that I can at least activate my container. So I have to run the container which I am having for rasa, right? So for that just try the command. Alright, so you can see your Docker container is running right now, right? So now if I'm going to check this docker ps, so it will show you a container ID connected to this container which I have just run, right? So for that let me just open a new terminal, right? So this is a new terminal, and in here just type docker ps. So can you see this? This time your container is running, and your container for this repository and tag which we have just executed, right? So we are having this right now, right? So now we can go inside this container, because now I'm having the container ID. Based on that, I will be able to see what are the content which I'm having inside the container, right? So for that, you have to execute the same command, and that same command is this. Just copy this and now paste it here. Just change this ID from image ID to container ID. So you have to pass the container ID here, and the container ID should be for this, right? So just paste it. Alright, so can you see this? Docker exec -t-i, whatever is the command for the execution. I'm just running it. Now press enter. Can you see this? This time it didn't show me any error. Instead it is showing me like I have no name. That's okay, we haven't given it any name. @ the container ID and :/app. That means now we are inside the container where we have already stored the data, where we have already created the project for Rasa chatbot, right? So let me just check what are the contents available on this particular directory, right? Because up to this point, whatever we have specified is, we have specified like this. Can you see this? Like this, $pwd:/app. So this /app means onto the Docker container inside this app directory, you will be having all your contents related to the project which you are creating, right? So this is what we are doing. So let me just check what exactly we are having inside that. So for that, just simply type ls and press enter. So here you will see, you will find all the elements, all the files and directories inside this directory named as app, right? So now you are having everything, right? And also where is this models? Yeah, here you can see models. So in this models, you will be having your models which you have trained as per the data set, as per the data which you are having in here, right? So I'm having this. So for that, let me just check whether I'm having anything inside this models or not. You can see these are the models which we have executed, right? Which we have created. Similarly, we can check for data as well. Inside data, you will be having the nlu.md and stories.md. Last time when we have customized the bot, there I have shown you that I was actually making some modification into the NLU file, and into that NLU file I have updated this content, right? This content means this information intent I have added. Now let's verify that whether this intent is existing or not. So for that, what I have to do is I have to go in here, and in here I have to check that whether I'm having this content inside there or not, right? So for that you require an editor, right? So I will be using Nano for this. So Nano data / my content is inside nlu.md and press enter. So what happened? It is not showing me anything just because Nano is actually not installed. So in short, for the first time when you are going to create a new container, and inside that container you are going to create your project, there you will only have the project which you have created. Other than that, you will not have anything else. So that means you have to install it now, right? So how we have to install it? So for that, we are having a very simple command, apt-get install nano. Just press enter. Alright, so here I got another error. And what is this error? Could not open lock file, and accordingly permission denied. That means it requires a root permission so that it can execute this command and it can install this nano, right? So how should I provide the permissions, right? So let me tell you how should we do it. So for that, if I will try to do it with sudo, let's see whether it will work or not. You can see sudo is also not working. So that means this is not the way how you're going to do it. So for that, let me show you how we will be doing it. For now, just exit this, and while running this command, while running this execute command, just do one thing. In here, before -t, just type -u space root. which means I am going to run, or let's say I am going to open my container as a root user, and then I am going to execute my commands whatever I want to do, right? So this is how I am going to work on it. Now press enter, and this time when it will open, you will see in the beginning it will show you like root @ your container ID, which means this time your container is running as a root, right? Means it is running as an admin. Now let's just run it again. Run the same command, apt-get nano. Now you will see this time it didn't show me any error, instead it is downloading it now. So let it finish. After that we can access the files which I'm having onto the Docker container. Alright, so it is installed. Now again check for the directories which are available. So these are the directories and files which I'm having. Now let's run nano data/nlu.md. Alright, so you can see this is the directory, this is the file which I have just opened, and here is that intent which I have changed in the last session, right? So can you see whatever changes that you are going to make onto your local directory while running it with respect to the Docker, everything is getting updated onto the Docker container. So if you are going to make changes there, everything will affect over here also, right? So this is how we are going to work with the Docker container, and this is how everything is getting updated automatically. Automatically means not only the files, also the models are also getting updated, right? So this is the way how we can check that part, and this is the way how we can further make the changes as well, right? So this is all about this, and I hope you have got the idea like how you can update the files, how you can read the files, right? So this is all about this. Now just close this. So now I am done with this part. After that, as I have said in the beginning, that I will also show you that how you can copy the data from your Docker container to your local directory, as well as from your local directory to your container. So let me just show you that as well. So up to this point I am done with this part. Now let's move ahead. So for now just exit. Alright, so I am out of the container now. Now what I want to do is I just want to copy the content whatever I am having inside the Docker container onto the local directory. Local directory where I want to copy it, I just want to copy it, let's say here I want to copy it, right? So for that, just go in here. You have to write a command. Let's just clear it first, right? Okay, now it's better. Docker cp, which means copy. Type the Docker ID here, right? So for that, let me just copy this, right? And now just type Docker cp space, just paste it, colon, and after that you have to specify the path from where you want to copy it. So /app, where you want to copy it, I want to copy it to the current directory, so I'm just passing like dot, which means it will copy the content onto the current directory. If you want to copy it to somewhere else, then what you can do, you can directly specify a directory for it, right? So that it can accordingly just copy the contents there, right? So I'm just typing dot, and let's see what it will do now, right? Now press enter. Alright, so everything is there. Just type ls. Alright, so here you can see all the contents are the same. The only difference is now it has created a new directory with the name app. Let's check it here also. So here you can see now the data has been copied from your container to your local directory, and here you are having a directory created with the name app, which will contain all the data which you have copied from the Docker container. So let me just open it. So here you will see you are having all the contents which you have just downloaded, or let's say which you have just copied from the container to your local directory. So this is the way how we can do it. Similarly, if you want to do the reverse process, let's say from copying the data from your current directory to your Docker container, so in that case what we will do is we will simply change this command, and that command will be like this. Up to this point it will be the same, but the thing is here right now what we have done is this is the source, this is the destination, right? Now we will just reverse this parts. That means now the destination will be coming first and the source will be coming afterwards, which means now this is the source and now this is the destination, which means you're copying the data from your local to your container, right? So this is how we can just copy the data and we can transfer it to the Docker container. So I hope you have got the idea, like how you can just copy the data, how you can just read and check the data onto your Docker container, and also how you can modify them. So you have got all the ideas, right? So that is it for today. I hope everything is clear to you, but still if you are facing any difficulties in understanding any of the topic, then feel free to leave a comment below in the comment section, and I will definitely try to resolve all your problems at the earliest. And if you have liked this video, then do click on the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then do click on the subscribe button, and also you can press the bell icon if you don't want to miss any updates from my channel. Till then, bye bye and happy learning.